Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm not going with the cam today because I think this will be fairly quick. But what today, this is going to be one of my new segments or whatever you're supposed to call this. But it's it comes out to be pronounced Syttgify, and it's that so you think the government is for you. All right, just remember that Syttgify with a Y. Anyway, so but the two things I'm going to be talking about today are both about autos. One is about the Joe Biden tax incentive, and the other is car insurance policies. And you know how I feel about car insurance policies. Absolutely hate them. So I have a few things that I want to show you. Give me a second. Okay, so first thing I want to do is show you is what a tax incentive is. Now I went over here and I looked it up because I like looking up stuff that you're supposed to know what it is already, just to be very specific about it. You know what I mean? So here are a couple definitions that I saw at the top. A tax incentive is an aspect of a country's tax code designed to incentivize or encourage a particular economic activity by reducing tax payments for a company in the said country. Now, let's think about that. All right. You're not, when I first looked into electric vehicles, when I was trying to buy a motorcycle, I thought my initial thought was, okay, the bike should be cheaper at the register. No, it's that you get like a ticket, I think, and then you go when you file taxes, whatever that amount is, you just pay less. That goes less money of that amount goes towards your tax bracket, which I think is incredibly. I think it's stupid. Well, I might have said that wrong. It lowers your total by that amount. All right. So however you figure that out, that's what it means. So funny, I was listening to the Turf Fleeing Monkey earlier today, and he broke down that GE in 1 year, I think it was 2017, they didn't. He said that they didn't pay any taxes because government tax incentives when I think they were creating a new bulb or something like that because they put so much money into producing new technology and stuff and energy. They were able to offset what they would owe in taxes and completely get away with that. Who's more likely to be able to offset their entire income? Billionaires, millionaires. So how is a government tax incentive ever for you? It can't be for you because you don't have the capital to take advantage of it in the first place. Now let's move to another one. Here I have. I'm going to bring up. I'll go away. I want to bring up. Where is it? My next one. I think this is it. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to read this paragraph and then come back. It says the proposed EV incentive under Build Back Better includes a current $7,500 tax credit to purchase a plug-in electric vehicle, as well as $500 additional if the vehicle's battery is made in the U.S. It also includes a controversial $4,500 tax credit if the vehicle is assembled domestically with union labor, which has drawn heavy criticism from non-Detroit automakers who American workers aren't organized. Look at it, and then there's like an additional $5,000 somewhere that oh no, that's it. That's all of it. That first of all, look at everything. This is extremely limiting. It's supposed to encourage you to buy an electric vehicle, which is a bad idea, and we'll get to that in a second. I forgot to look up that, but I will. You have to now check and see if the battery is made in the U.S. What if the vehicle that I like the most isn't? So now I don't get just as much credit as the next person because I like a particular brand that just so happens to use a battery that's made not in the U.S. but might even be a better That's another huge problem. You can't tell me for a fact that every battery for an EV sold in America is going to be defaultly better or more quote unquote green, which is, I mean, we're talking about cars here. You can't tell me it's going to be more green than a battery that's made overseas somewhere or in Canada or something that you just like, let's be real here. And then right here where they says it's controversial is because if the car was made by people with union labor, what the fuck is that about? Why can't it be just people who I still don't like it, but why wouldn't you even just say if it's made in the US period? Because now, so if I made a car, so if I work for a car company, and I was on the line and I made a car, just like everybody else did who just happened to be in the union, you're going to tell the company that I work for now is going to be penalized, which means I get penalized because deterring people away from buying the car of the company you work for, that can impact you. It may impact any bonus. It may impact your job overall. It can impact you in a way. This tells me, now I'm just assuming, but this tells me somebody is buying Joe Biden some kind of way. Meaning they're telling him they'll get his vote he'll get their vote next time, or he's one way or another. I think with that one, he's just trying to make somebody happy because that makes absolutely no sense. Now Tesla, that guy, what's his name? Damn, I forget his name. Elon. There you go, Elon. He doesn't like all of this stuff because he feels like he's been leading the charge in EV. Maybe not. I don't know. Haven't looked into it. But he quotes this and says Biden is a UAW puppet. I can't go to Twitter. Some of you already know why. But he said this bill includes $10,000 rebate for Tesla buyers instead of zeros. But $10,000 is less than 12, so I guess that's why. But that's that. So I guess we can leave this. Now, which is there another one that I wanted to? Damn it. But as you see, this is this isn't for you. It's not for you. It's for him. So politicians, which people want to give them a lot of power for some reason, but they have shown us they'll either be for themselves and or billionaires. There's no way they can be for little guys. Not at all. Because there's no incentive there's no tax incentive they can give you that's for you. The best tax incentive to give the little guy is to stop taxing them in the first place. At least at the rate that you do. I was going to Google something. I can't remember what I want to Google. So I'm just going to move over unless I remember that. I am going to move over to what I want to show you with this car insurance thing real quick. Okay. Here we go. Now this, I want to bring this up because car insurance is mandatory in all but 2 states. And a lot of people feel that it is a good thing. But this is also one of those things that makes it seem like they're protecting you when they're really just causing you more financial hardships and really just creating laws that benefit the big people. So we're going to go over just these 4 requirements by Michigan car insurance laws. First one is personal injury protection, PIP. This coverage provides what are commonly known as, quote, no fault PIP benefits, unquote. If you're seriously injured in an auto accident, no fault PIP benefits provide reimbursement for the medical expenses, a percentage of your lost wages, attendant care, in-home nursing services, and replacement services held with household duty. 2, property protection insurance, PPI. This coverage covers damage you cause to, quote, tangible property, unquote, such parked cars or other property, i.e. buildings, fences, trees, lawns, etc., within the state of Michigan. So what if you're out of state? Every Michigan auto policy has a mandatory $1 million PPI coverage. 3, residual bodily injury liability, BI. That's a lot of letters to leave off. This coverage protects you in the event you cause an auto accident that resulted in serious injuries to someone else. The law requires minimum bodily injury liability. Coverage limits of $250,000 per person and $500,000 per accident. But drivers may choose to purchase lower limits, of $50,000 and $100,000. However, our attorneys recommend that you never carry less than $500,000 per person and $1 million per accident to fully protect yourself. The difference is usually only a few dollars more. 4, property damage, PD. This coverage protects you in the event you cause damage to another person's vehicle outside the state of Michigan. The law requires a minimum of $10,000 PD coverage. However, our attorneys recommend that you carry a minimum of $100,000. For example, if you travel to Ohio, which is a tort state, Michigan is a no-fault state, and you cause a crash, you would be responsible for all of the other driver's car damage. Okay, when you read all 4 of these, all of them have say something that people look at and go, that's actually good. Why would you not want that? It's not that I don't want coverage. I don't want it mandated. See, here's the thing. When you look at these big ass numbers, $500,000, $250,000, it has to cover your medical bills, all this other shit. First of all, why is my auto insurance responsible for non-auto shit? This is the same thing that we got going on with this gun law stuff. People want to look at something that they want to point to that happens in a whole bunch of shit and go, that's the only thing we need to focus on. If I driving my car and I run into a post and break and tear the post down, why would the car insurance company have anything to do with damages that I caused with the car? I didn't even cause it with the insurance. I caused it with the car. They don't own the car. I have a deal with them that covers the car. That's it. So first of all, why are you forcing me to purchase anything? Second, why are you forcing me to purchase something it's stupid? It has nothing to do with one thing or the other. So when you look at in Michigan, before they changed something which lowered our car insurance this year, or I think it was like last July. It was one of those. It was recent. When I got car insurance 3 years ago, the cheapest, and this is because I lied on something, the cheapest car insurance I could get was $400. The highest that I was quoted was $6,000 a month. Dude, that car was only worth $7,000 at the time of purchase. Even the cheapest insurance at $400, that means I'm paying for the car twice in 2 years. So when they make these laws up, they're telling you, hey, you in one way or another, can be responsible for a huge bill, a medical bill, a property damage bill, a bill for a new car, a bill for all this other shit. You can be responsible for a big ass bill at some point in your life. So what I'm going to do to help you by forcing you to pay all these, big companies, I'm going to make you pay a big bill up front. How the fuck does that help you? Look at what that does to the little guy. The little guy immediately is financially crippled with car insurance. Just car insurance. You're legislating the little guy out of transportation. Back when I was working 2 jobs, car insurance, on what they quoted me, would eliminate like more than half of my income after taxes. How much sense does that make for them to tell you they're looking out for you? They're not. They can't be. There's no law that they can put into place to look out for you. The best they can do to look out for you is leave you the hell alone. But I know that they'll just keep selling you bullshit, that they're helping you, and you'll keep buying it. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Be right, not positive. I'm out.